Remember, the way to solve any equation is you're trying to get your variable on a side by itself. So what you need to do is identify what constant or coefficient is standing in the way of your x, in this case, being on a side by itself. For example 1, we can see that there is a 2 attached to our x. The 2, is it a constant or a coefficient? If it's a constant, then that lets you know you're going to be adding or subtracting. If it's a coefficient, then you'll be multiplying or dividing. All right, this 2 is a coefficient, and I know it's a coefficient because it's attached to my variable. Since it's a coefficient, now I just have to decide, am I going to multiply or am I going to divide? Now, all I have to do is say, well, how is this 2 attached to my x? Well, 2 is attached to my x through multiplication. And what's the opposite of multiplication? Division. So I'm going to divide both sides by 2. All right, so x is going to be equal to 10 divided by 2, which is 5. Now use this as an example. Actually, I'll just use all these as an example so you know how to do it. All right, again, identify, is it a constant or coefficient that's attached to your x? Well, for example 2, we see it's a constant, and we know that 5 is a constant because it's standing alone. So all we're going to have to do is either add or subtract. Well, 5 is being added to x. We need to do the inverse operation, which means we need to subtract. We're going to subtract 5 from both sides. All right, x is equal to 8 minus 5, which is 3. And our final example, we have 11 plus x equals 19. Again, what's standing in the way of x being by itself? 11. How is 11 attached to x? Well, we have 11 plus x. Okay, so it's being added to x. The opposite of adding is subtracting. So we're going to subtract. And of course, it's a constant, because it's standing alone. So we've got a constant attached to x, for example 3, another constant, and a coefficient in example 1. All right. So then we just drop down our x. 11 minus 11 is just 0. And then 19 minus 11 is 8. All right.